My father's hands. When I was a boy, I lived with my father. My mother died when I was very young. I do not remember her face. My father raised me alone. He was a quiet man, strong and serious. We lived in a small house at the edge of the village. Every morning my father woke me up before the sun. I wanted to sleep more, but he did not allow it. "Get up," he said. "There is work to do." He gave me jobs. I had to feed the animals, clean the yard, and carry water from the well. I was only a child, but my hands were always busy. At that time I was often sad. I looked at other boys. They played and laughed. I worked. I asked, "Why is my life so hard?" My father did not smile much. He did not say, "Good job," or "I'm proud of you." He only said, "Keep going." I thought he did not love me. I thought he was cold. Sometimes I cried in silence. I wanted a kind word, a hug, a little rest. But I never got them. My father was like stone, strong and cold. I was angry. I didn't understand him, but that was only the beginning of the story. I didn't know then what I know now. I was too young to see the truth. I only saw the hard work and the silence. I did not see the love in his eyes or the care in his hands. Years passed and I grew older, but the routine stayed the same. My father still woke me early. He still gave me many tasks. We worked in the fields, we fixed the roof, we chopped wood for winter. My hands were always dirty, my back always tired. Sometimes I wanted to run away. I wanted to live in the city. I dreamed of easy life. No work, no orders, just fun. But my father never talked about dreams. He talked about duty, effort, and strength. I did not listen. I was a boy with a heavy heart. One winter day, I fell sick. I had fever. My body was weak. I could not move. I thought my father would leave me alone, but he stayed beside me. He gave me warm soup. He touched my head gently. He did not say much, but he stayed all night. That night something changed in me. I saw a side of him I didn't know. He was still quiet, still strong, but I saw love in his silence. I saw care in his hands. I didn't say anything, but I watched him closely. After I got better, he gave me more work again. Life returned to normal, but my heart was not the same. I started to respect him. Maybe he was not soft. Maybe he was not like other fathers, but he was always there, always strong, always real. When I became a teenager, I started to ask more questions. I asked, "Why are you so hard on me?" He didn't answer right away. He looked at me with calm eyes. Then he said, "Because life is not easy. I want you to be ready." At that time, I didn't like his answer. I wanted comfort. I wanted freedom. I wanted to laugh, to play, to sleep late. My friends had easier lives. Their fathers smiled more. Their rules were soft. I felt jealous of them. But my father never changed. He was like a mountain. Every morning he was the first to wake up. Every evening he worked until the sun went down. He didn't complain. He didn't rest. I watched him, but I didn't understand him yet. One day, I made a mistake. I broke a tool in the field. I was afraid. I thought he would shout. But he didn't. He picked up the pieces and said, "Be careful next time." Then he walked away. That moment stayed with me. I saw strength in his silence again. Slowly I began to copy him. I woke up early without him calling me. I did my work without complaint. Something was growing inside me. Maybe it was pride. Maybe it was discipline. I didn't know the name, but I felt it. When I finished school, I wanted to leave home. I thought, I am ready now. I can live on my own. My father did not stop me. He gave me a small bag and said, "Go learn from the world." He did not hug me. He did not cry, but his eyes were wet. City life was hard. I needed a job. I needed money. I needed to be strong. Many young men gave up and went back home, but I stayed. I remembered my father's voice in my head, strong, clear, calm. That voice helped me. I worked in a shop. I cleaned floors. I carried boxes. Every night my body was tired, but my mind was stronger. I never gave up. Slowly I earned respect. My boss trusted me. He said, "You are different. You do your job well." After some years I opened my own shop. I was proud, but I also felt thankful. I knew I didn't do it alone. I had help, not from money, not from luck, but from the lessons my father gave me. Each morning I still woke up early. I cleaned, I worked, I helped others. And every time I did, I thought of my father's hands. They were rough and strong, but full of love. One day, many years later, I returned to my village. The road was the same. The trees, the river, the wind, all felt like old friends. But the house looked smaller. The walls were older, and my father, he was now a quiet old man with white hair. He saw me and smiled, but did not say much. We sat together in silence. I looked at his hands. They were shaking now, not strong like before, but they were still the same hands that taught me everything. I held them and said, "Thank you." That night I told him about my life, about my shop, about the hard days and good days. He listened with a small smile. Then he said, "I knew you would be fine. You had the strength." For the first time in my life, I hugged him. He hugged me back. No words, no advice, just two people who finally understood each other. In that moment, I realized something. All the pain, all the rules, all the early mornings, they were not to hurt me. They were to make me strong. My father loved me in his own way, a quiet way, a strong way. I slept well that night for the first time in many years. Years passed. My father got weaker. He could not walk much. He stayed inside the house most days. I visited him often. We talked, we laughed, and sometimes we just sat in silence. I brought him food, helped him with small things, and read him books. One winter morning I got a call. My father was gone. I sat on my bed and cried. I did not cry when I was a child, but now I could not stop. I felt like I lost a part of myself. He was strict, but he was also my guide, my light. At the funeral, I stood in front of his grave. The wind was cold, the sky was grey. I said, "Thank you, Father. You made me who I am." I put a small rock on his grave. It was a sign of respect, a sign of love. Now, when I wake up early, I smile. When I work hard, I hear his voice in my head. Do it right, do it strong. I am not angry anymore. I am proud. I understand now. My father was not hard because he did not love me. He was hard because he did. And now, in my old age, I tell this story. I tell it to the young ones. So they know. So they learn. Sometimes love is not soft. Sometimes love is tough. But it is still love, and it makes you strong.